So what could possibly be in the BOX that has arrived? Well, if you've been watching my videos, like you should be, you'd know. So we're just going to open this up with one hand, so it makes it very inconvenient with the camera. Oh, lovely. Oh, the suspense. The suspense is getting to me. Okay, it's open. Look! A fog machine! Cool. Oh, it's the upgraded metal case version, eh? It includes a wireless remote, produces thick water-based fog, same grade fog power as larger case foggers. Well, that's probably true, considering the other one that I took apart that you saw that I fixed. So obviously, I already ordered this. I figured I'd just keep it because one day it's going to die, so we'll just keep it. So let's see what we have here. Instructions. I wonder if they're in Chinglish. We'll have to see. The wireless remote is tied onto the handle, which is not attached, but it's got a thingamajobber with an antenna. Okay. There's a wireless receiver. Okay. Wow, that's a pretty big box for that. Maybe we'll have to open that up and see what makes that one go. That's clearly not an FCC certification. Clearly. But it is made in China. I mean, I don't think these were ever made in the US. Oh, there's another piece. And that is the mounting thumb wheels for the handle. So let's take this out of the plastic. I'll put the handle on and we'll see what it's about. Cleaning your fog machine. It's in pretty good English, as a matter of fact. And it says that you can clean it with some cleaner stuff and pipe cleaner and to stick in the thing. All fog machines are prone to clogging due to the consistency of fog liquid and the high temperatures at which it vaporizes. However, a well-maintained machine should provide years of reliable use. Maybe they mean year of reliable use if you're lucky. Here she be in all her glory. This is a little guy. It really is. I kind of like the metal construction, and I like the handle, especially with the hole in it, because that's nice for the ceilings I have out there, you know, that are just like wood like that, so I could just mount that with a screw and a washer and we're all set. But I have them on the table and they seem to work well there. So this is Seasonal Visions International. Comes pre-scratched. Direct from the factory to you. Pre-dust on it also. That's good. This was made in June 2012, so apparently they didn't sell too many of these. This is Foshan Ideal Lighting and Crafts Company Limited, 400 watt metal fog machine. FM 400-2 is the model. 400 watt, and that's pretty much the deal. I see an error in assembly over here. There's an extra grommet on the hose. There's a grommet here that the hose goes through, as you can tell. But there's an extra one. You say, well, shouldn't that go in the cap there? It can't. It's impossible. The hole is too tiny for you to possibly ever fit that in. And if I go ahead and show you this side, it can't because of the protrusion here. Has a little foam insert on that. And over here is the end piece, and it comes pre-dirtied. I have no idea why. It's just dirt. I don't think it's on the inside of the hose. It might be on the outside, but whatever. And a little strainer thingy in it. Exact same as my other ones. It does actually have a fuse. I completely forgot about that. And they use an actual fuse. Over here is the reverse-IEC connector. You used to find that on old PC and AT style power supplies. And there's the plug that goes into that. You do not ever want to take a computer power cord and plug it into this because you will probably blow something up and bad in there. But before we go ahead and try this thing out to see if it works, let's take it apart. Only 8 screws to get into the case here, and it's exactly like my other one. Your electrical connections, the little tube that goes down to a pump that looks, well, besides the black part, friggin' identical to the one I have, although it is on a little fakakta mount like that at a weird angle, and this is shorter to go into the burner assembly, and I can't tell exactly how that one works in there. I think it coils around a heating element, perhaps, is my guess. This is your thermistor that, you know, senses the temperature, and I don't know if there's an over temperature fusible link in this one. Maybe, maybe not. I can't tell. I don't know. I don't see one separate unless it's like within the shrink wrap here, but it looks like they, I mean, it butts right up against the little container. It's not just a loose container. Well, maybe it is kind of loose and you can take it out. Yeah, I guess you can. But it just kind of stays in there, which is kind of nice. So pretty much otherwise the same as what I had, and that's what the nozzle on it looks like. Now we'll take apart the little receiver thing. Before I do that, this is the remote, by the way. It comes with a little kind of antenna on it. It has a molly guard. Yes, that's called a molly guard, by the way, that you can't even open on the thing. That's nice. There we go. And it makes the little light go on it when you hit the buttons, so it's got a battery in it. Maybe we'll take that apart and see what kind of battery too. Why not? Well, that's what's inside. I was mistaken. This is a 23A 12-volt battery, similar to what's used in a lot of car keep fob things. The little on-off rubber thing. It's just a little rubber thing that presses on the buttons here. The LED still goes on there, you can just see. I think that's the radio generator to transmit, and then of course the antenna on a weird little angle. So we'll close that up and take apart the receiver and see what's in there. Okay, here's the receiver module, and it looks like there's an LED, big capacitor here, a fail in 5 minutes capacitor here, another fail in 5 minutes capacitor over here, a little microprocessor, and this is actually the radio receiver. That looks to be like a little potentiometer, so you can actually dial in the correct frequency of that. I'm not going to touch that. And this little coil here is the antenna for it. And this looks to be a relay, yes. Let's see. See if I can get it in the light. It says 12 volts DC, coil 12 volts DC, 12 amps, 125 volts AC, or 10 amps or 10 amps and 7 amps, I don't know, but it's something in there. So that's a relay that'll kick it on and off. And yeah, so now we put everything back together and give her a test. Okay, I have a small suitable container filled with fog juice, which does not come with the machine. I have the receiver connected, transmitter on the standby. I'm not going to dump that in the machine because my other one is still working, so I'm just going to kind of test it and then have it sort of burn out the rest and maybe run some water or vinegar through it. Vinegar is an excellent cleaner for these, by the way. And if this works anything like my other one, all I have to do is apply current and wait for that red light to go on, and then we can start fogging. So let's see what happens here. Absolutely nothing as far as now. So theoretically it's heating up. We'll wait for that. I'll see if we can get the red light to come on and we'll give it a shot. That smells like the fish market. Oh my God. It's not even ready yet, but it certainly is heating, because otherwise it wouldn't be sputtering like that. But whatever fog juice they used, oh man, is that stuff terrible. This stuff I have smells really good. That, by the way, is about $5 worth of fog juice, fog juice because it's just terribly friggin' expensive. It's not green, by the way. If you watch the other video, you'd know. That happens to be a little green disposable tiny little shot glass. It's not even a shot, really. It's just available and disposable. It makes a lot of creaking noises when it heats up, I guess because of the metal expanding and contracting. Whatever. Anyway, just heard a little click, which was the thermistor in there sensing the correct temperature. The red light is on. Ready to go. The pump is not primed. Please work. Oh. Suck up the fog juice. It's trying. Oh, there he goes. Holy shit. Oh, that's a really good thing. I have the smoke detectors off because, yeah. Oh, it smells fragrant. This is my good fog juice. So look at it. Look at it drink that shit. My God. Uh-oh. I think I did a bad thing, people. You're not going to be able to see the detergent. The pump is kind of surgiating. Look at it drink that down. This is why, people, you want a timer for your fog machine, because otherwise this happens. And this is probably not exactly your intention. Plus, you will burn through $86 of fog juice in about 43 seconds. It's getting a little foggy in here. Okay, now we're not done. Uh-oh. Okay. The heating element needs to recycle. But, yeah. It works. It works. So we'll wait for it to recycle. Ready for round 2. I wanted to drink all of the fog juice. I mean, I don't, but I do. Okay. Look at it suck that down. Oh, it drank it all up. You can see the bubbles now. Yeah, there's the air in it now. And the heating element just cycled. It works! It's really weird to see that all fogged out, but that not fogged out. Okay, the one thing you do have to watch out for with this machine with the wireless transmitter thing is that if the heating element cycles, which means that it needs to reheat, I left this in the on position when it shut off before, and I have to hit on again to make it run. And obviously there's no more fog here, so it ain't going to do anything. But as soon as that element needs to reheat, it shuts everything down, and you're screwed. So that means that you can't really use this for continuous fog. Of course, that's not a problem for me because I still have my control from the old fog machines, which I don't use anymore. Same reverse-IEC plug. The light in it even lights up. You kick it on and it runs. And as long as that switch is in the on position, it'll run as long as that heating element and the thermistor is satisfied. But now we're going to go and clean this out with some vinegar. Okay, we have the vinegar in the little cup there. Wait for it to suck that up. This is residual juice in the line there. Drinking that down. Just a little bit of fog left over. Not too bad. And the heating element needs to cycle. Meanwhile, I've opened the ventilator in the wall. I have that built in specially, and I'm still waiting for the heating element to recycle and be ready. It's pretty well out of vinegar anyways, but in case you're wondering what that smells like, it smells like caramelized vinegar. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh, as you saw it drink up that fog juice, now again, that's not really a lot. It was only $53 worth, but that's why it's a good idea to get a timer for your fog machines. You could find those for 20 bucks, sometimes even like 14 or even 10 bucks if you're lucky on sale or whatever. And there is the remainder of what we have. I doubt it'll suck that up, but a little bit. Run it dry too long. Cool. So there we go, new fog machine, and I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to leave it until I actually need to put it into service if I can't fix my old ones. But like I was saying about the timer, it's really a good idea to get that, because otherwise these things will absolutely guzzle that fog juice and you'll be very, very sorry you bought a fog machine. Because otherwise you're going to be sitting there turning the thing on and off, like, oh, it's not foggy now. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, let's turn it off. And then you'll forget and you leave it on, you go through all your fog juice, you'll burn the pump out, and then you're going to have to be watching these videos to find out how to fix it. So anyway, this is a kind of a neat idea, but it's a little bit poorly executed in that they didn't have the relay in here latch and stay on once you hit on. If the heating element needs to reheat, then it shuts off and it won't refire. But again, if you have a manual control like that, or if you really want, you can open this all up. I forget exactly what's wired to what here, but you can meter it out and find out, and just cut the wire, put a couple of wire nuts wherever you need to, and twist the wires together to make it run, and that way it'll run you completely out of fog juice. But like I said, do yourself a favor and get yourself a timer so you don't burn through all of that stuff. Come to think of it, it may also be possible for me to wire this in tandem with the timer, because all we're really doing is shorting two wires together, and if all I have to do is just get a yeah, as a matter of fact, it might be very easy. Now if you look, here's on the back of my old one of the old ones, reverse-IEC, which is plugged in, and that goes to a standard grounded plug, regular outlet plug, whatever you want to call it, and that's a standard IEC power cord. I figured this out in a previous life sometime, but you can see there's a little bit of a wire nut sticking out and a whole bunch of tape on there, and basically what we have, I don't know if you can see, there's two wires right here. Both of those are standard IEC power cords. that I took the plug part, the regular outlet plug type thing like I just showed you here, and I cut the IEC connector off of and wired all of those together to make both the fog machines run. That one has the same IEC to standard plug with an IEC cord with the IEC plug cut off of it and wired into that, and that ultimately goes to a reverse IEC connector like on the back of the fog machine. No, I'm sorry, that goes to a standard IEC, which is what's on the fog machine. The timer has a reverse IEC that couples together. That connector is right over here. Leads up to the timer for the fog machines. So in order to figure out what you have to actually do, I would just have to meter what goes to what when I hold that button down, because that shorts it together and makes the machine run. So if enough of you are interested and keep pestering me about it, maybe I'll have to make a video on how I wire these together. But basically the way this has to work is almost in a master-slave configuration. There can only be one master and there can be plenty of slaves, but all of the slaves depend upon the master in order to work. Because otherwise, if you wire it wrong, you will burn out the elements in them, because that's what I did, and then I had to get new ones and all kinds of great stuff. So, the way it works is when the heating element in here is satisfied and the timer says go, this one's going to fire as long as its heating element is ready. If this heating element is not ready, then this one won't fire. However, if this heating element is not ready and the timer says go, this won't fire and that won't fire, nor would any other slave machines. So it is all dependent upon the one as the master to have the ready signal for the entire bus of them, if you will. So that's pretty much it as far as wiring it up. Again, I don't remember exactly what I wired to what, but if enough people are interested and keep pestering me, I can look that up and find out exactly what in the hell I did, and we can make a video on that. But like I said, that would actually make for an interesting little gadget here that I can tie in with that. With this here, this is basically has that relay inside I showed you, which would short the appropriate wires together here and make it go just as pressing the green button on the fog timer thing. So this way I can keep this at the bar and just have I want to chooch some more go on. When the heating element in the master goes out, this thing will unlatch, and that's the end of that. And then the timer would just automatically take over after that. So that's something to look for in the future. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but the idea is at least there and planted. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So otherwise the fog machine, the timer I have would interface directly, and all the other thing, this would just be another slave. I would just get another reverse IEC to a regular plug, cut the IEC plug off a cord, and wire that in just like I showed you in that wire nut mess with the tape on it, and then I could have two slaves. Oh, another interesting thing I didn't even notice, this actually has a level that you can see. That's kind of cute. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this another one of Jay's long-winded videos. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.